Hello, everybody. Welcome to Movies in the Man Cave. It's back down to me and Jared.
Yep.
It was nice of Jake to join us last week, but it's just the two of us this week. And this week, I know all you know that in 2 months, Avengers comes out, and I'm greatly looking forward to that. I'm sure right before Avengers, we'll do a top 5 superhero movies, but now we thought we'd do something else. We thought we'd do 5 worst superhero movies, in our opinion.
This is probably one of the easiest lists.
I actually had a lot of trouble.
Oh.
I had a lot of trouble. I disagree with you. I'm gonna have you go first, I think.
Okay.
So let's give it your 5th worst superhero movie.
Number 5 on my list is Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. I actually didn't mind the first one, but the sequel, it just didn't. I don't know. I just didn't like it at all, really. I just didn't like anything about it. Really. I'm trying to like pinpoint a certain thing, but like just nothing about it really worked for me. I don't know.
The Silver Surfer was cool though.
He was all right.
It's a cool character.
It is a cool character,
yeah,
but I don't think that they
do it
didn't.
right.
Yeah, and then
They just took the whole thing way too cheesy.
yeah, and nothing was done right.
It was too campy.
So that's my number 5.
Yeah. My number 5 is kind of a superhero movie. It's Jonah Hex.
Okay, yeah.
That's superhero-ish. He had some supernatural powers, like he could touch the dead and they'd come back to life, and he could ask them questions. Kind of like that Pushing Daisy show that I really like.
Yeah.
But this is the opposite.
Yeah.
It's very forgettable, and a lot of the ones on my list, I'm like, I don't remember if that was good or bad. It's just very forgettable.
Yeah.
John Malkovich played the bad guy, and I thought it was pretty subpar.
Yeah.
I'm usually a big John Malkovich fan. Josh Brolin played Jonah Hex, and Josh Brolin's really awesome. I don't know. I was just hoping for a super sweet Western, but like also, a superhero Western, which is a cool premise, but it did not deliver.
Is Megan Fox in that?
She is. And, yeah. She's pretty, but I don't know.
She's got weird thumbs. Look it up. Number 4 on my list is, and it was hard to like not put these at number 1 because a lot of these are just awful. I have Batman and Robin.
Oh, yeah.
Alicia Silverstone. They tried bringing in the Batgirl with Robin and oh man, I have noted on here nipples on a bat suit.
That's pretty much sums it up.
And also
that and Schwarzenegger's puns, like.
And I know, and like it was not. I don't know. I know when I was a kid, I was like, "Sweet, Arnie's in this. It's gonna be awesome," but it just was awful. And I don't know. I might have been the only one that noticed it in the entire world. But when they're doing their suit up thing and they're like spinning and bat nipples and doing that stuff, the Batgirl costume has a thong. It's got a like visible G-string down the butt. Why?
I don't know.
It's terrible. It's stupid.
Costume having that, though.
I suppose. Fair enough. But yeah, just awful movie.
Fair choice. My number 4 is Punisher Warzone. I really enjoyed the first Punisher movie, which had Thomas Jane in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then Warzone came out like 2-3 years ago, and I don't remember the guy who played him, but it was a different guy.
Yeah.
And it was like they totally abandoned story and just went for over-the-top action, which I love action movies. I don't really need a plot, but it was just, it seemed like they pulled everything. Like there was a scene where he's dangling from the chandelier, and it was like straight out of Boondock Saints.
Really?
He's like spinning, hanging from the ceiling, and he's shooting everybody up. And I don't know. I don't have a problem with violence. I'm all for violence in movies, but the movie itself did nothing for me. Really cool character. One of the coolest.
Yeah, Punisher is sweet.
One of the coolest characters. And the first one, like I said, was good. It wasn't great, but it was good.
Yeah.
And this one was really bad.
Not good. Yeah, I remember. I wanted to see the first one. I haven't seen either, but I really did not have any interest in the second one.
Yeah, it's pretty rubbish. First one's not bad,
though. My number 3, I don't even think it really needs debate, talk, anything. Just going to throw it out there. Daredevil. Bad movie.
Yeah, it's a bad movie, but there's parts of that movie I like, so it didn't make my list.
There was one scene that I can remember, and it was with Bullseye.
Right.
But that was about it. Like
that's the part of the movie I like. That's why I stayed off my list, because Colin Farrell as Bullseye was, I thought, a really cool character.
Yeah, but I mean, Elektra, and then she got a spin-off movie, which I haven't seen. Otherwise, I'm sure it would have been number 1.
Probably.
Because that's just, no, not good.
I didn't hate that one. Like, I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it.
I saw it
like
in the theater,
Bullseye,
and I was...
I don't want to see it in the theater.
Yeah, I saw
Ben
it in the
Affleck.
theater.
We should. I mean, everybody should have known better going in. And Ben Affleck
Yeah,
wasn't going to be a
don't
superhero.
see Ben Affleck. It was-
My number 3 is probably not a lot of people's top 5 list, but I really, really disliked this movie. Superman Returns.
I would agree. Yeah, it's
was
not
so
it's not a good
boring.
superhero movie. It's not only is it not a good superhero movie, but as far as like the Superman movies go, like even like Smallville, the show is better than Superman Returns.
He didn't. I don't think he fights anybody. Does he,
He
fight
gets
anybody
shot
in
in the eye with a CGI bullet.
yeah, yeah. I remember that. But I don't think he throws like a punch.
I don't think so.
What?
It's
But
bad.
he lifts like an island, but he won't hit somebody
Right.
or whatever it was. I
Can't
don't
punch
know.
anybody.
Yeah, I just remember being so slow and not very good.
Not good.
Hopefully the new one coming out's better.
Oh, it should be. Should be. Henry Cavill. Whoop whoop. Number 2 on my list, I have bashed this movie before on the show, is Spider-Man Emo. Sorry, Spider-Man 3.
Threemo.
Spider-Man 3-mo. I mean, that's just this is the way to put it. Emo Spider-Man equals awful Spider-Man. It just, I don't know. It might have been the fact that I really had to go to the bathroom the whole time I was watching that movie, and we were in the theaters in the very back, didn't want to disturb people. But I just could not wait for that movie to end.
Yeah, it's a long one too.
And like I watched Spider-Man cartoon growing up. I read some of the comics, and I would consider myself a fairly big Spider-Man fan. I like him. And when they said the Venom was going to be in this, I was like, sweet. And then they're like, also Sandman. And I'm like, all right. And they're like, also Green Goblin, or Hobgoblin. I'm just like, too much. And like, not even Venom couldn't even
They
say
didn't
this
have
one.
enough Venom.
No.
I mean, yeah,
And-
you're right.
and
If it
they-
had been just Venom.
And instead of rebooting the franchise now, I would have been completely happy with them like doing a 4th one with less bad guys and just Venom.
Venom's back.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the first Batman with Michael Keaton. Batman, Joker, go.
Yeah.
You know?
I understand.
So.
I'm going to disagree a little bit. I didn't hate that movie as much as you did. I hate the jazz scene where he's dancing on the chairs and being ridiculous. I'm like, how are people... I mean, this is dumb.
So dumb.
So, like that... Take out that 20 minutes, and it's a bearable movie. I agree there's still too many bad guys. I would remove the Sandman, who's a cool character, but he doesn't need to be in there. All right, my number 2 is Batman and Robin. It was on your list.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I've seen the whole thing.
Really?
I think it's just been on TV and I caught bits and pieces, and I'm just like...
Again, with too many bad guys, too.
Yeah, you got
Bane,
Poison
Ivy,
and
Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze. It's just
Quit
all
it.
neon and...
Yeah, it was.
So I'm going to go back, Ben Affleck's not a superhero. George Clooney, great actor, not a superhero.
Not a superhero. He actually went on like tour saying, "Don't see this movie."
Yeah.
Like the movie's got to be pretty
A little
bad.
respect for him doing that.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. I don't know. You got anything else on that?
No, I mean we already kind of discussed it. So
my number 1, and again, it's just kind of when I thought of awful superhero movies, it kind of jumped right at me, is Steel, starring
I've never seen
Shaq.
it.
When I was a kid, I really enjoyed watching it, but I caught bits and pieces of it, like growing up, like you'll catch it on TV or whatever, and it just did not hold up well for me. I mean, it was just, he's not an actor, you know. Maybe in Shazam, or was it Shazam?
Was Steel supposed to be serious, or was it like?
What I remember was supposed to be serious, because Steel was like Superman's counterpart kind of thing, you know, and it's like, it's not good.
Yikes.
Not good. I couldn't believe it. Like watching it again, I was like, they actually made that. That's so bad.
It's Shaq-tacular.
Mm-hmm.
My number 1, you mentioned it briefly. I unfortunately have seen Elektra. Yeah. I believe it was a Christmas gift. I don't think that's one I would have gone out and seen, but I'm pretty sure I got that for Christmas one year. And first of all, in Daredevil, Elektra dies.
Right.
You know, well, spoilers.
Spoiler.
Whoa!
Spoilers.
Belated. It's belated. Everybody just spoiled Daredevil. Everybody cares.
Yeah, exactly. Anyone who's seen it regrets
so
seeing
she
it.
dies, and then and she had like a job, and she was a normal person who was just mad that her dad got killed or something.
Right.
But then in the next one, she's like all mystical, and the whole thing turns into like weird supernatural. The bad guys have like tattoos that come alive, and like a kiss of death, and like again, and I say that, and it sounds like a lot of stuff. super boring. Like there's so many times it reminded me of Ong Bak 3, which we briefly removed,
Yeah.
where it was all like meditation and like, you know, it seemed like so much of it was not going
Yeah,
on.
the previews look like it's a lot of training montage for Elektra.
Yeah,
And it's just,
yeah. And she was like supposed to be this super hitman, and then she like all of a sudden has feelings and like tries to cry. And
you can't have feelings and be a hitman.
I remember hating that movie so much.
Yeah,
Again, it's one that I don't remember a lot about, just because it's so forgettable and bland and terrible.
Yeah.
I got 2 honorable mentions.
I have one honorable
that I have
mention.
not seen. Catwoman.
No, God, that looks terrible.
I have not seen that, so that's an
Cool.
honorable mention because I'm sure it would make the list. And the other is the Green Lantern.
Yeah, that one looks all right to me.
I don't know. I haven't seen it. I haven't heard good things. So it's
Yeah, I'll probably, like, once it's on instant stream on Netflix, I'll probably check it out. My honorable mention, and it's not because it's an awful movie, but just because when you watch it now, it's just so dang campy, is the Batman movie from, what is it, the 50s or 60s or whatever?
I think it was early 60s.
Adam West and Burt Ward or whatever. Like, the movie it's so bad, but you have to watch it. I mean, it's the boom bang pow Batman.
I haven't seen the whole thing, but you showed me the shark scene.
Yeah, the shark repellent.
Yeah, like trusty shark repellent. And that.
Yep, it's up in the Batcopter,
Yeah.
obviously. Yeah, that's my.
I don't know. I think that one's more fun. Like that's so bad.
Right,
it is
it's
good.
exactly.
Type of deal.
It's so bad. Like, you got to think it was meant to be that way. So.
funny.
Okay. That's my list.
All right, should we move on to the quote?
We shall. We
All
had a YouTube commenter, 138BDAWS,
Yeah.
out on YouTube.
What an odd name.
Yeah.
Interesting parents he has.
Exactly. 138BDAWS. Go to your room.
Yes.
Anywho.
But let's take a look at the clip coming up from below us here. Take a peek.
I need a corporal. You're it until you're dead, or till I find somebody better.
Thank you, sir.
Aye, saddle up!
Starship Troopers.
Yeah?
Last week we did Guilty Pleasures.
Right.
And I think a lot of people kind of make fun of that movie, but a lot
Yeah.
of people like it.
Yeah, it's probably one of I would probably call it a guilty pleasure of mine.
Yeah.
It's a fun movie to watch.
It is fun. The CG, it kind of almost stands up too.
Yeah, it kind of does.
It's
It's
one
pretty.
that's actually held on.
But that actor, why can't I think of his name? He's gone on to do awful
yeah, the guy who
things.
played Rico.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I saw he played like Tarzan in like Tarzan 5 or something like
Did
that. Like just a bad spin-off. Oh,
I can't remember. That'll kill me now.
yeah.
All right, quote for this week.
Yes, sir.
I mean, doesn't it kind of defeat the whole purpose of having your own plane if it departs before you arrive?
It does kind
It
of.
really does.
Yeah. Oh,
Wow. Good stuff.
it's fantastic.
Movies coming out this week.
What do you got?
Dr. Seuss, The Lorax.
Kind of interested.
Not really interested.
We differ.
I don't know that book at all. It's like,
I don't either.
I think
no.
they're kind of bottom of the barrel as far as Dr. Seuss stuff goes.
Yeah,
these
I think like
days.
Horton Hears a Who
Yeah.
was kind of starting
That
to scrape it, and then
Yep. They're at the bottom. But
Yeah.
a little interested because Danny DeVito.
Danny
is the
DeVito,
voice, and I've really become a fan of him since It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia came
yeah,
out.
I've been a fan of his since Matilda. I meant Batman Returns.
Yeah. And Project X.
I've only seen bits and pieces of that.
Yeah, I'm not too interested.
It's like a found footage movie, kind of, sort of.
Yeah, kind of, but it's just like these kids who make this party and it gets out of hand. Seems like something I would like if I was in high school,
Right.
but
Sweet party.
yeah, I'm not,
Yeah. Nope.
so I probably won't like it.
Nope.
Yeah.
Anywho.
All right, so that's this week's show. Should we do a mini episode this weekend?
We can.
Do it. Done. Guarantee. We'll do a mini episode, so we'll see you then.
Sweet.
All right. Have a super week until then. Superhero movies. All right. Well, did you write down this week's quote?
I did not.
I didn't either.
Okay. It's
I have it on my phone upstairs. Should I go grab it?
Sure.
Whoops.
Have fun watching those.
What?
What?
Watching what?
Nothing.